Hey guys, so I'm finally starting to work on my Ram Promaster camper build, and you could see it is still a mess. There's still so much work to be done in this car. Even though I got a head start, there's just so much to be done. But one thing I usually like to do is I like to start off with the power system. And most of my tiny campers, I have to work around the power system because it's big and I have to build things around it. But I really don't have that problem in this case. Things are mostly built for me, but I still want to start off with the power system. And I got this right here. It's 320 amp hour mini lithium iron phosphate battery, and you can see by the size it is not big at all. It's a mini size, 320 amp hours. That's pretty amazing. And I'm going to pair it with this 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter, and I should only have to do some minor modifications, but I should be able to install it pretty easily. So let's give it a shot. All right, first let me show you the size of this mini. It is incredibly small. This is a normal 100 amp hour battery, and that is 300 amp hour. You can see it's just a little bit bigger. It's definitely heavier. It's not 3 times lighter. It's very, very heavy, but it's just a little bit bigger than this 100 amp hour battery. But you can see it's really, really small, and I'm going to install it in this really, really big space that I have. The previous guy, he set it up for this to be the power side. I know that because of the vents, and there are no vents on this side. But the problem, if I do the power on this side, and there's a hatch right there, and would be really easy for me to just set the power up here. There's already power ports right there. It should be real easy, but the problem is that sink over there. I need power for that side too, because that's where my refrigerator is going to go, and I'm going to need power over there. So what I want to do, I want to swap the power to this side, and I'm going to swap this vent door to this door, and hopefully it'll just swap over easily, and I just have to rotate it and everything will be good. But yeah, I'm going to install this 320 amp hour with this 2000 watt, and that should give me all the power I need. And I'm going to need a lot of power for this guy, because I'm going to have an AC unit instead of a fan, so that's going to take a lot of power. All right, so you can see there's like a center thing with all these boards, but what I'm going to come in here and access this area right here. And another nice thing about this side is he's already has these boards right there that'll stop the battery from sliding out. Just a lot of things that are just unfinished in here, but we're going to put the battery and the inverter right there, and that will give me easy access to this area right here. My refrigerator is going to go right there, so it'll be nice and close to my power system. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off these bolts right here, and then I'm going to swap out the two sides. All right, that's off, and I'm pretty sure it'll fit perfectly right in there, but let's hope. All right, got that out, and let's hope it fits. Yep, I think it's going to be just fine. All right, good. Now I have the vent holes on my power side. Now we're going to need to install the battery on the inside. All right, so let's take a look. The space we have, and it's a ton of space, but I'm going to have the battery back over there so that it's close to all the refrigerator and things like that, in my power ports that I'm going to keep over there. And there's already a wood piece right there to stop the battery from sliding any further. So that's perfect. Wow, this 300 amp hour battery may be small, but it's not light. Okay, we'll have it sit something like that. All right, so more good luck rather than good planning. I'm just going to use these holes right there to strap in my battery. All right, that should hold in very well. I don't have to make any mounts or anything. So that's nice. All right, so the battery is in there. Here is my kitchen countertop, and here's some access underneath. What I decided to do is I decided to put the inverter on this side. And I'm going to mount it up to this piece right here. And the reason is, one, there's already a piece of wood there, so it's easy to mount. But two, I want to be able to easily access these plugs. So if I have it inside of this cabinet, I could access those plugs. Otherwise, I would have to open up that hatch, which is, often has a futon mattress underneath it. So that's not real convenient. So if I mount it on this side, I could access the plugs real easy. So that makes sense. These cabinets are so big I could climb in them. All right, that was easy. All right, we're going to use some thick gauge wire. All right, I got those wires connected in, nice and snug. Now we can connect them to the battery. On this side, here are the terminals that comes with the batteries, and it comes even with a wrench to tighten it up. Let's install that. All right, and now for the ground side, I have some resistors, high watt resistors right here, and I want to discharge the battery a little bit so I don't get a spark. So whenever you connect an inverter, something that has a big power spike to the battery, sometimes you get a spark. I don't want a spark, so I'm going to discharge a little bit. Okay, and now, you see that? We won't have a spark. Ask me how I know about the spark. All right. It's a really nice, clean install. Take a look at it. Comes from underneath. Comes to this side. Up on top. All right, you can see it's a really clean install. And this will be tucked away really nice inside that. Everything's inside. And there's one last thing before I test out the battery. I need to connect the remote switch. Now this controls the inverter. All right, well, I was thinking I could use this, but I might put electrical sockets in here one day, and I could just put a plate to cover this nice and clean. So I'm not going to try to rig anything up where it doesn't really fit. And of course, this doesn't fit. I assume these are for USB ports or things like that. This, I have no idea what that's for. It's going to be just a big plate, maybe a bunch of switches that he had in mind. But maybe I could put it in something like that. All right, so it's not that big of a deal. For right now, I'm just putting the plate here until I find a switchboard that will fit this perfectly, and I could unscrew it and move it somewhere else after that. But we'll connect up the wires to the remote. All right, so the wires are connected to the port, wraps around to here. Now this should turn on my power system. You can see 13 volts, perfect. So I don't have to open up this cabinet every time I want to turn on the inverter. I have this remote switch. All right, you guys know my favorite test of power systems is microwaves. I have a microwave, but there was one that was left in this van. It's part of his unfinished build. So let's test out his microwave in addition to testing out my power system. All right, so I can monitor the power consumption through the inverter in that display, or I could monitor the battery through the Bluetooth. And remember, this is a smart Bluetooth battery, and there's a QR code, and through Bluetooth, I could monitor this battery consumption also. All right, microwave power's on. That's always a good thing. Let's see if we can boil some water and how much power it consumes. 1 minute. You can hear the fan going off on the inverter. And the inverter says we're consuming 1400 watts. Let's take a look at the app and see what that says. So this is what the app looks like. I got 51% battery, and it looks like I'm consuming around 1700 watts from the battery's point of view. All right. All right. Yep. It's nice and hot, piping hot. That's good. Back down to 0. That's perfect. All right. Power system's working really well with that big 320 amp hour mini battery, which really is really small. And this 2000 watt inverter, looking good. And boiling water.